we interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Group is part of a broader violent Satanist network, Order of Nine Angles, first founded in Britain.
Victim eiutaninates, imolent solaris, agios altanatos, Adolphus innocensio, reconciliavi, hypocritas, mors et vita duello.
What, about a fucking abortion or whatever. At least I had the decency as a fucking drug addict with my girlfriend for me and her to agree and go, we would be horrible parents. Let's end this fucking baby's life. Fuck it. Take it out. I don't even care about abortion. Wanna know what my fucking truth about abortion? I think that the people who abort babies are probably the people that you want to abort babies. Because it's less people who don't go on a green light. It's the people at the bank who, when it's like the next leave, they're on their phone and they're not moving, and it creates longer lines. It's the people who hold you up at the ATM. It's the people who sell crack to your child are the people who are being aborted. You should be happy that people are being aborted. What you think it's like an amazing family parental unit? Let's abort a baby? No, they want to have the baby. People who have abortions are the people who are like, crack. I wasn't ready. It was both of our decision. But at least we had the decency of like, Ralph, you brought a baby into the world and abandoned it. And now it's not taking care of it and it's hiding underground in a fucking bomb shelter from a baby. His own baby.
Andy Jr. bros, no!
Andy Jr.'s at least in fucking heaven, fucking rolling around in clouds and shit. But your fucking baby's abandoned, and now your other baby's abandoned. You think I care about fucking abortion? Oh yeah!
I will say this. Going through these ideas, even though I'm against abortion, is probably the ultimate argument for abortion. You know, I hate to say it. I hate to say it.
Have abortions as a...
I disavow some of what Andy's saying, you know, but it's pretty fucking dope. This is like Andy's off on it.
Look, I don't think you should have abortions as a means of contraception, you know, all that bullshit. And I also believe it is killing the baby. I'm not going, it's just a bundle. I know what it is. I understand what it is. But here's my opinion. I don't give a fuck. This whole Roe versus Wade thing, I'm like, everyone's like, I don't care. I don't care about other people's babies. I don't care who dies. I don't care who lives. I care about doing a show with Ashton, boxing, playing video games, watching movies, and hanging out with the boys, and having some beer. Ooh, some black women in Chicago have an abortion. I'm like, I hope they have a party for it. I don't care.
This is some pedo shit. I wonder what Andy Jr. would think of this unhinged rant.
Andy Jr. And they're like, oh, you
like,
killed your son.
That.
Maybe it was a fucking, maybe it would have ended up being a retarded baby. You don't know that. If when I was at my cokehead phase with my ex, had a fucking, look, it was revealed by Geek Food, that fucking piece of shit. He revealed this. Now everyone thinks I care about this shit. I wouldn't give a, and then they're like, and then Andy forced her to have it, and then he played Mario where she saw. Where she saw. You wanna know she's like, I'm pregnant, and I went, what are you? And then she was like, abortion, and I went, cool. That was the conversation. It was sad, it was weird, of course. I didn't want it to happen. I don't think you should have an abortion if you don't But we were fucking out of our minds. If we had it, I was fucking.
I believe there are motherfuckers out there that said fire Worski. Like, this is the Worski that we
Yo, you know what? I don't
We
give a
need
fuck.
anti-Ransky back.
You know what? Okay, you know what?
Like,
If y'all want it back, I was trying to. I was trying to be the nice, laughing fucking. You know what? If you guys want now, because everyone's gonna throw tomatoes anyway, I'll just say whatever I fucking think. And my thing is, if you cry about some people's abortions, that's a waste of your fucking time. You know what? How about this? People who cry about abortion, have a kid!
My God,
when you fucking
turned the whole casino downtown, my God.
but you want my fucking beliefs? I don't care. I literally don't care. I'm not even pro-choice. I'm I couldn't give a fuck. Oh my God. I've been in my training today. I had to lift my hands up and get punched for three-minute rounds in my ribs. And then I went down the pit of play and my coach was kicking me in the ribs. And I held it strong. And then someone's like, I'm becoming a warrior. I'm not only going to abort my old baby, but I'm gonna abort whoever I find the fuck out. Salt Poppy will have a abortion at whatever age he is right now. 30 or whatever the fuck he is. I don't even know. Guys, I don't care. I'm not a super, everyone's like, Andrew's alt-right. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I like some conservative values. But me, I'm more apolitical. I will abort people day and night. If it's like painting mural of me eating a baby, I'll do that.
Don't say you're gonna eat it.
Well, they're gonna say it anyway, so give a fuck. Give a fuck. That's my thought.
What would Andy Jr. say? My God.
Oh my God, He's dead. He can't think.
Oh my God. I don't know what to say, bros. I don't know what to say, but that was pretty fucking keto. That was Andy going hard. That was Sargoy's putting crowns. People are putting crowns in the chat. They're saying you're the legend.
I know.
The king.
I'll be honest with you, sometimes I hold back once in a while because I used to be crazy and intense and all this stuff. And I was trying to turn over into be a nice guy. There is darkness inside. Okay?
Yeah.
And when you have to come face to face with the crowd, I haven't blocked. He has me blocked. But I still can see him. Where I'm like,
I gotta say, this is like the best Worski segment that there's been ever on.
if you want, I'll say all my fucking truth forever now. I don't care anymore.
This is Andy, this is the fucking best shit ever. We're full on Cronus mode, Cronus Worski. I don't even know. Andy Jr. is sitting in a garbage can in a dumpster. I can't even
blended. He was blended by a machine.
Oh my God.
And he was little pieces.
It was done on your orders. It was done on your
My
orders.
fucking
Andy.
orders. Are you fucking?
It was done on your orders. You had him killed.
It was done on my blessing.
Oh.
I am so happy that baby dropped. If that baby was here, either me or Andy G. Look, my ex helped do well. If either are cool, it's moved up, right? But if me and her were not good for each other, she would say that. Now, I never want to cut into something story. I can say it. But that baby was around, and I had to survive in that relationship. I would hang it.
Andy, stop.
I would hang it on a sturdy pole, and I wouldn't do it. So if I had yes, I'm gonna actually make, you know what? Merch store coming in a few Fridays. I will actually abortion, I'll fucking run on abortion! I think abortion is cheaper!
What would Andy Jr. think of this? What would Andy Jr. have done?
Yeah, for the Halo one. By the way, he did well. That fucking shit. And I don't blame him.
Listen, Andy, just because I gave the order that came out doesn't mean that I want the game to be like that.
We're not speaking Carthaginian. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? You just witnessed a symbolic ritual sacrifice to MLK. No, not that one, even though he might be even more satanic. I mean Moloch, or known as Moloch, the Carthaginians' deity. From now on we will call Moloch MLK for abbreviation. The following video is to prove that Ashton in fact sold his soul and you watched a MLK ritual being consecrated. Pre-Abrahamic religions were a memological phenotypical conduit. Even Judaism was a memological phenotypical conduit, meaning the memes of a people, a ethnically distinct people, especially from its neighbors. Gods were not universal, and gods feared other gods. The Carthaginian god MLK was as powerful as the Hebrew Tetragrammaton, who in turn was a subversion of a subversion, the appropriation of the first monotheistic god Aten, that a revolutionary pharaoh made his slaves to worship. Then these slaves subverted Egypt to free themselves, and the rest is history. I thought Warski was just retarded, but this is beyond that. The human unconscious is a language of symbols, and powerful symbols casted by retards might have horrible consequences. The casino is going to be burned with all their guests inside, and it's foretold. Let's celebrate the end of this abomination. We are playthings of greater forces, ladies and gentlemen. And you are not even paying attention. You want a haha funny memes channel? You will get it as you get astrally raped by a DMT dimension demon elf machine. We are in the darkest timeline, ladies and gentlemen. How did this happen? First you need a brainless audience so the message can be transmitted unaware. Then you get a holy man to sell his soul. Then you get a retard to open a portal and profit. First the brainless audience. I mean, look at this totally vapid, normie tier brain dead people. These people are unwittingly begging for abuse, and the cherry on top is that see familiar faces there. A two Sargoy? How low did you fell? I hope is another scheme of the Copsino to pretend they still have some support from true Anons. Talking about the Anons, all of them have been banned or downgraded from the comments. Please chat, I don't care about this channel and its stupid back-end grift metrics, just do me a solid. Please write if you had a comment deleted or now lays at the bottom of their comment section. All this vapid support is too suspicious to me. These people are the most impressionable people possible. You can convince them of anything and they will cheer, they will support, they will mindlessly follow this idol made of fat and feces down to the cliff. PPP's weight alone would have considered worthy of news and even jail against the public morale 70 years ago. All these people are being slippery sloped into abominations beyond comprehension. In more base times I would have been able to die in battle taking with me as many of these heretics as possible. I say Kino Casino delenda est and then pour salt over the soil so nothing can grow again. Moloch is a finance god. The worship of pennies brought you to this low point and its ending is tragic. Moloch's sacrifices were made to feed industry, to make financial gain. The reason why grifting is evil is not because it makes money. Please by all means money max. Be intelligent, make businesses, inventions, provide services that are needed, add value to people's lives. You don't need to be a lazy to make money. Grifting is evil is because it's not industry nor product, nor service, is just opinion usury. It is regurgitating anon's opinions and feeding off others' materials. Moloch is the grift, and the grift is Moloch, is a demonic machine that feeds itself of children. Children and their innocence are the symbol of the human soul, the creative human potential. The idol just shows you only smokes and mirrors as it feeds off your soul. And the metric ton of Asur Aston is partaking in that consciously. And Aston, you have become the lowest form of life just because you couldn't sustain challenge. You didn't even have it that bad. Crying like a bitch to Daddy Jim doesn't rectify doxing your former best friend. And the guy lowballed you as fuck, that's why you have to repeat.
It's fucking freezing, struggling, and it was in that cabin when you're that cold and you can't make it stop and you have that personal betrayal and
Non-stop. The pain you caused yourself. You caused it yourself by growing so fucking fat. Remember how you used to look like when you were esoteric and based? Remember how you used to feel like? You gave your soul to Moloch in the altar of convenience. All of this was a battle for your soul. That is why you are now a vessel only, because not only the spirit of ism but your own very soul left you. That is why your eyes look empty and sad now. That's why even normies tell you you are depressed. And you know it. Every penny you learn from the grift will take $1 from you in the form of disgrace and tragedy. Is not only a bad faith, but bad economics as well. You have been foretold Aston. Whoever was behind this was a genius, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give him that. When a ritual is consecrated, chat. When a sacrifice is paid with. When catharsis is achieved. That happened on last Friday or Friday. The abortion happened years ago but live was the consecration. For example, the Last Supper was 2,000 years ago but the consecration happens every week around the world. Kino Casino is celebrated on most Tuesdays and Fridays for a reason, chat. Tuesday is consecrated to Mars and Fridays to Venus, Ishtar and Moloch, ladies and gentlemen. Friday, day of Jesus, but also is day of Frida, day of Venus, day of Ishtar. The children conceived by the sign of Ishtar were not properties of their parents, but of Moloch to be sacrificed to MLK. But there is something more. What time of day was this little rant again? Was on Saturday 3:33 a.m. assuming it starts at 9:30 p.m. EST, Toronto time. Friday to Saturday night, Black Sabbath. Cosmology of Friday, July 22nd. It was done on a Saturday at the Devil's Hour. I know there is nowadays a lot normie content talking about the subject, but there is something to it. People are not aware of the power of symbols and they perform this quote-unquote rituals without any knowledge of their consequences, just like our little friends Retard Aston and Retard Andy did. And the normie exoteric mind might ask, but esotericism, nobody worship Moloch nowadays, right? Those are just conspiracy theories. Shut the fuck up, normie, we are fucking schizophrenic as fuck and Terry's no breaks in this cope mobile buddy boyos. Let's get this channel fucking banned. It is not just about making a ritual, it's about the hermeneutic resources and memological power it contains. Let's take for example the witches against Trump cringe. Did you notice that lately abortion and even marriage between homosexuals is getting out of their federal legal status and becoming state issues? This is the closest to banning a practice in the eternal current year. Let me tell you a little story of how it happened. These retarded TikTok, at the time Tumblr, which has tried to hex, to curse Donald Trump back on current year. Some of them got into a point of making pacts with interdimensional entities that we have called so far demons, but in reality are artifacts of the DMT realm. Ever wondered why I call Godwinson a reptilian? But you aren't prepared yet for that black pill, ladies and gentlemen. What happens is the same that happened ever since the days of Faust. Be wary of what you wish for because these entities are extremely literal and they will give you exactly what you want. Let's say, demons are fucking autistic. So all the curses have been playing lately against these so-called witches. Almost every liberal policy of the Obama era is being retrograded even though his former vice president is in charge. The demons played them like hay fiddle. All of this is because these witches overplayed linguistification. Linguistification, as mentioned in former chapters of esotericism, is the belief that language is reality, is a purely mimetic and left-wing position. Is calling a man on hormones a woman or saying, is violence, is the belief that your words can create as of a magic artifact, as a dabracadabra or hey Google or hey Alexa, or give more donos. Is the delusion of technology, of being alienated of the source of the biomass you consume. The Moloch whorehouse is too stupid to understand, and I personally fear their ending. Now how do you think this grifting scheme and glorification of Moloch will play to our little favorite retards? People used to sacrifice their own children to MLK. It was the most priced sacrifice. Flaubert masterfully describes little Andy being fed to the super chat monstrosity, from the sacrifice to Moloch, abbreviated. The first offering must be an individual sacrifice, an oblation perfectly voluntary, which would be effectual to incite others. To stimulate the people, the priests pulled from their girdles little stilettos, with which they slashed their faces. Gradually the people, thus incited, came into the end of the alleys, and threw into the flames pearls, gold vases, cups, all their treasures, and flambeaux. These offerings became more and more splendid, and kept multiplying. Moloch's brazen arms moved more rapidly. They no longer paused. Each time a child was placed upon them, the priests of Moloch extended their hands over the victim to charge upon it the sins of the people, vociferating. These are not men, but oxen. And the multitude around repeated, oxen, oxen. The devotees screamed out, Lord, eat, end of quote. Oxen? More like little cows, am I right, ladies and gentlemen? So who is behind this? This might be the work of the succubus in the Order of 9 Angles. But who owns Andy Worski? I mean, have you been paying attention at all? We are in the darkest age indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We need light, and I suggest we set this house of Moloch ablaze. Is summer season after all, and who doesn't enjoy a good old barbecued pig with maple syrup? We know there is one hope. There's only one man who can save us, one leader who can bring us forth to victory, and it's Lord PPP.
Remember that night? I just might regret that night for the rest of my days. I remember those soldier boys tripping over themselves to win our praise. I remember that dream like candlelight, like a dream that can't quite place. But Alexander, I'll never forget the first time I saw your face. I have never been the same. Intelligent eyes in a hunger-paying frame. When you said hi, I forgot.
We are fucked, ladies and gentlemen. We are so